done. Running backs. All right, here we go. We're going to start kicking things off with BYU. Tyler Algier. Algier? Did I butcher that one too?
I feel good about that.
I feel good about that too. There we go. I'm out for this one, says Reckoning.
This one, all right, I'm going to preface these 5 running backs again. This running back class sucks.
By the way, running backs, you don't really, running backs aren't a big position anymore in the NFL.
I would not draft a running back in the first round unless it's just the greatest thing you've ever seen.
We might blaze through this, by the way.
I would not touch any of these 5 guys before the 3rd round. If I'm a team.
Absolutely. Running backs are just a dying Allgeier. There we go. Thank you, TPP. I struggle with pronunciation. So
we were close here. Look at the comp here. Alex Collins. This dude's 5'11", 224. You can see it right here. He's 4'6". Not exactly a blazing guy. This is a thunder and lightning guy. If you're looking for a running back by committee and you want a power guy, this is your dude. This guy will run over some guys, will hit it hard, hit the hole quickly, and be aggressive with it and get you some yardage. Is he exciting? Is he electric? Is he any of those things? No, he's BYU. Just not sexy at all. But he's productive, and this will tell you a lot about this class that he's at 5.
Yeah. I don't want to spend too much time on running back because not a lot of them will be going in the first round. But I don't think there will be a running back in the first round or in the first, maybe round or 2, I should say. So, and this guy, he's got a little bit of a motor on him, but again, he'll be good. With running backs are just, you see the big even on the top end of the running back list. What happens when you pay a big time running back a ton of money, i.e. Ezekiel Elliott? How's that paying out? There's some big time name running backs that are just, still getting these paychecks. Najee, Javonte, Etienne, way better, says Degrees. Running back class is not the best. I
agree. Najee, Javonte. This is the worst running back class we've seen in a while as well.
James Cook comes in at number 4, 5'11", running back out of Georgia, 199 pounds, 4'42", compared to a Jacquizz Rodgers.
Everyone wanted to comp him to his brother. His brother is a running back in the league, Chris.
Yep.
Dalvin Cook. So this is the younger brother of Dalvin Cook. Obviously went to Georgia, had a nice career. He's dynamic. I like what he can bring to the table as a weapon, both as a runner and a pass catcher out of the backfield. I like it. 4.42. That's nice speed from the running back spot. The problem is he's just undersized. He's too small. This is not an every down back for you. That's why we comped him to Jacquizz Rodgers. He can do a lot of nice things for you, but he's just undersized. He can't, probably handle the volume of being a number 1. So he's a guy you're going to have to limit touches and make sure he's healthy and hope for some explosive plays through that, which he can provide. But that's his fault. He's smaller than his brother, which he's on the Kenny Pickett train. Small hands, maybe not, but just smaller than his brother Dalvin.
Yeah, he split carries in the crowded Georgia backfield, right? He definitely isn't like a every down kind of back. He's a rotational kind of guy. Could provide like some speed element, maybe, special teams contributor. I think he could slot in to do a couple things there. If he were a little bit bigger, like his brother Dalvin Cook, I think he would be a lot more of a higher rated running back. But still, there's still some things that really are kind of holding him back here. So projected round, he's gonna, 3rd to 4th round potentially here for Cook. So we'll see if he ends up, getting higher on some other people's boards. By the way, Drew P. Hey guys, how are you guys doing this evening? Welcome in, Drew, first time chatter. Hope you are having a fantastic night.
I'll be cheesy. We're doing even better now that you're here, Drew.
Oh, getting on.
We were doing great, but now it's even better.
You just had to hit him with the cheese. Had him with that cheese.
5'11" is not small for running back. 199. smaller than I'd like to see.
Drew, who's your favorite team and where are you from? I'd like to get to know each and every one of our lab rats here. By the way, if you're here, hit that follow button if you have not already. I'd like to get you guys all part of our family here in the Action Lab. Okay, here we go.
Kalen Ballage is a comp there for degrees.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep.
I can see that.
Big running back. Isaiah Spiller coming in at number 3, Texas A&M, 6 foot 217. Melvin Gordon comparison here coming in at number 3, Texas A&M, Isaiah Spiller.
Drew, real quick, Drew, I've spoke with you guys before.
Oh, okay. All right.
Drew P84.
There we go. Yeah.
Just you got a lot younger. Like we assumed you were 84. Welcome to 38. How does it feel to jump in a time machine? That's a nice situation. Isaiah Spiller, like Melvin Gordon, kind of like not necessarily super shifty, but a nice long stride, high cut. Will take a cut and drive it up and make some yardage and make some plays happen. He has probably average vision at best. My concern for him is he's not super elusive, and he's not necessarily someone that can jump side to side and do continue to have the speed that he needs to. Not someone that's going to break it for a long distance, but 6 foot 217, bigger guy, not the 199 that we just talked about, guys. So I like him, but don't love him. Like he would never be in a top 5 running back for me. This class is just so soft that Isaiah Spiller fits here at number 3.
There you go. By the way, Drew, Bengals fan. I remember that. Yeah. So I think Football Wife is your, she, there you go. Welcome in Houday. Yeah. See, Football Wife, her ears perked up when you said Bengals. That's all you needed to say. There you go. Darren Sproles was 5'6". So Isaiah Spiller here. Yeah, I think he's okay. He was held back in 2021 by inconsistent quarterback play. Plus, defenses stacked the box to, dare the Aggies quarterbacks to beat them through the air. So, there was a couple aspects of that who kind of took a toll on Spiller's game. But, I feel like he can, catch the ball out of the backfield a little bit. He can, do some things. There's some speed issues, and he's a well-rounded guy, but I think he's going to probably be in that 2 to 3 round part of the draft here in this one. Let's see, anything in the chat just to shock about
Sproles was 5'6". Yes, and he was also never a full-time back.
Drew,
so you kind of proved my point, reckoning. I'm not saying small running backs aren't someone you can use as a weapon in your offense. You absolutely can, but when they're smaller, it's just hard to use them frequently.
Drew, shock about Speeds and Silk. I was just as shocked on Thursday. We talked about that at the top of the show. I mean, how they inspired us when we first started. We've only been doing our show a year and a half, and we looked up to them. I mean, they were professional, they were entertaining, and they were engaging. They are all the things that we strive for our channel to be. So, Speeds and the Benchmark, they were the class act of the sports category when we arrived. And, we hope to carry on that legacy for them. We have a lot of folks coming from the Speeds and Benchmark show already. Speeds and Benchmark, in case you didn't hear, they did end up saying that they are going to retire from streaming their show. They're putting their show to bed. Like they're not going to be doing it anymore, which is super sad to hear. But we're going to try to get those guys on. We will try to make sure if there's Houston news or if there's some NFL talk that we could get them on a Sunday for Sunday night football streams that we typically do. We'll make it happen. Football Wife. Yeah. So, they just, nothing happened. They said nothing bad happened. It was that time. It was time for them to just call it. They had a great run, 4 years of streaming. So, they just felt like this was it. So, I hope they have a lot. They both, I think, have a lot planned. So, I wish them every bit of success moving forward.
A lot of people in the chat getting caught up with running backs' height. when I say size, I could care less how tall you are as a running back. Like that's not. It's height plus. It's really about your weight and your stat. Like, are you lanky? Are you little thinned out? Are you bulky? Like Kenneth Walker here, we got 5'9", 211. And I consider him a guy. He's not an every down back because of a different reason, but his size is great. He's the best natural runner in this draft. But he's 5'9", 211 to the guy before. I consider him a good size. To Isaiah Spiller's not Spiller. Cook was what 5'11", but he was 199. So 5'11's tall for a running back, but he's thinned out at 199. I just don't like that. He's electric. He's just not an every down guy, guys. Just not. Just trust me on this one. All right.
Yep. Kenneth Walker, running back, Michigan State, 5'9", 211, 3.438. Cam Akers comparison here. He was on fire in 2021, putting up big numbers, carrying Michigan State to an undefeated record entering November. I mean, he was big piece of that. Strong build to run hard between the tackles, pick up yards after contact. He can break tackles downfield, so that's really good attribute for any kind of running back to have. But you know, they feel a lot of people think he lacks some of the dominance traits from a NFL standpoint. Like he could be like a starter, he could be a decent player, but I mean, I there are some doubts here as well. Again, you don't want to over prioritize running backs in this draft, especially with the talent that is coming into the draft from a running back standpoint. But I think he can put together be a nice little complement on a team that needs a guy that can gain some extra yards early downs maybe. So we will see what ends up happening with him.
Yeah, I think he's I expect him to actually be the first running back. He's our number 2, but probably the first running back taken. He's my favorite runner. If you're looking for just a runner, natural runner in this class, he's my favorite. He's physical. He's a north-south guy. Can give you extra yardage, has great vision, great cutback potential.
Hey, 666. Thank you for the biddies. By the way, if you want to attach a message to that, it'll actually read your message on our stream. So if you want anybody who wants to send a message in, kind of like what Spees and Benchmark had with their bit system, we do as well. So feel free to share your messages with everybody else.
The reason Walker is not my number 1 running back, he offers nothing in the passing game. Didn't prove it at Michigan State. Looked awkward, even running routes or catching a ball at Michigan State. I just don't think he's a guy that's going to offer you anything in the passing game. And today in the NFL, if you have a running back that, unless you're a Derrick Henry,
Derrick Henry,
you need a guy that can do both. So Walker, I love as a runner, but not as a pass catcher. Don't love it in that light, so that's why he's number 2 for us. But he'll probably get picked first.
Yep. Number 1, Breece Hall, running back, Iowa State, comes in our number 1 ranked prospect from the running back position here. 5'11", 217, and 4.39 40. Antonio Gibson is a comp here for Breece Hall. 666. Wish I can, boys, but I'm such a noob when it comes to NFL. Hey, you're here. We'll try to teach you some things that you might not know. So, hey, we're all learning here. It's all good. But thank you for the bits, 666. Breece Hall is going to be an impact player, says TP.
Yeah, I think he's the best all-around guy in this draft, and that's why he's our number 1. He's super productive at Iowa State. He can, when he's a powerful guy at 217, but still a 4.39 guy, so he has the speed to deliver it, but he can knock people over at the second and third levels. I like him. I'm not saying he's an elite pass catcher, but he's a lot further more developed than Walker, and that's why I give Hall the nod. My issue with Hall is this is not like an athlete that you're like, oh my gosh, this is not like someone we've seen at the running back position before. He's not super explosive as an athlete. Doesn't have a huge top gear, so he's not going to bust a lot of long touchdowns, 70 yards, 60 yards, whatever. But he's gonna give you a lot of nice carries and be a really, really solid back for you. And he's a 3-down guy to me, so he can play all 3 downs.
Yeah, average 5.8 yards per carry, 1472 on the yardage, and 20 touchdowns. I mean, on top of being a tough runner, he's productive as a receiver. 36 catches, 302 yards, 3 scores. I mean, that's what you're looking for in today's NFL is guys who can catch the ball, on screen passes, out of the backfield, up the middle, pitches, like all sorts of different ways you can get the ball into your running back's hands that isn't just a straight handoff. I mean, guys who can catch the ball are very valuable in a passing league these days. So he is superb, size, speed, explosion, and he's one of the top running backs in this draft class. So there you have it.
As we transition to a slightly different topic real quick, Chris, I'm going to ask for people to spam code yellow.
Spam code yellow. If you guys are, subscribers, we have actually code yellow is, I think, a normal thing. Code yellow is what we use when we got to take a little break. We do long streams and we don't take breaks. So let's just keep rolling. Spam code yellow. You guys ever cover boxing as a topic? Been a sports channel stream? We do big time boxing events. We will do some fun sports coverage on, especially with boxing as a pay-per-view or something big. So yeah, we'll touch on a little bit of everything. We do a little bit of all sorts of stuff on this channel. Exclamation point Prime in the chat if you haven't already. Linked your Amazon Prime and your Twitch like peanut butter and jelly. They go together. You can subscribe to a channel for free, and it helps support what we do here on the Action Lab. All of you guys are huge support just chatting and stuff, but if you want to go and support us even deeper, subscribe, bits, all those things are fun ways to get more support from our Action Lab rat community. So thank you so much, Football Wife. Let's see what else. I can see him going to the Bills, Breece Hall. Yeah. I mean, he's going to be a decent talent. He's going to be an impact player for sure. And it'll be fascinating to see where he lands because I'm super excited to see what happens with